The level or by Standard Audio was never meant to be subtle. Born out of a desire to recreate the gritty character of the Shure level lock, it quickly became popular in modern studios. The level or wasn't just a nod to retro gear, it was a reimagining, combining brutal transient shaping with surprising musicality. It became a secret weapon for engineers needing that unmistakable crushed to hell sound on drums, parallel buses, or even in time mixes. With its two signature modes, level and crunch, and a deceptively simple interface, it was built to explode room mics, flatten snares, and add chaos in the most controlled way possible. Now, thanks to a plug-in collaboration with Safari pedals, that raw analog aggression lives on in plug-in form. Here's how it sounds. So you heard there how the whole thing just gets bigger, fatter, crunchier. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not meant to be subtle. It's meant to crush. It's meant to destroy. Let's take a look at it on a few different instruments. You'll have heard on the brass, especially in that example, it really brought up the reverb, and that just speaks to the sustain of this plugin. Let's take a look. So this is the drums just soloed, and I'm just going to bring up the blend from 0 and just hear it start to kick in. You're getting some real sustain there, some real aggression, and that's just on the level section. So that is emulating a JFET limiter. When we go to the crunch section, this is when the real harmonic distortion comes into play. It can get really crunchy really quickly, and it's such a great aggressive tool. Now you've got a couple of different modes here. We've gone over the level and the crunch. You've got a fast and slow section here as well, so you can kind of shape the speed of it. But this is in the Mk1 section, which is kind of the original. When we go to the Mk2 section, we get not just fast and slow, but we get medium as well. Now the Mk2 version is slightly more refined, slightly less noisy, and a bit more articulate. So just take a listen to this when we go through the fast, medium, and slow settings. You can really shape the tone. You can be more aggressive, a bit less aggressive, or less aggressive still. Either way, it's still going to be pretty aggressive. It adds loads of sustain, it adds loads of life and loads of crunch. Now we've got a tone control here as well, which is pre or post. So if we take the tone control to the left, then it's going to apply a kind of a tilt shift, and it's going to add a load of bottom end and slightly reduce the top end in comparison. If we do it the other way, it's going to reduce the bottom end and add a little bit more top end in comparison. But we can do this pre or post. So if we apply the tone control to the left counterclockwise, it's going to add a load of bottom end into the circuit. So all that bottom end is going to get crushed along with everything else. If we do it post, then we're crushing the signal and then adding the bottom end. So you can see with the bottom end, with all that energy that's in there, it's going to get crushed. It's going to slam down on it more if you do it pre, but post, you're going to get this raw bottom end. Let's go for pre first, and we're going to darken this considerably. My blend is only at kind of 50-60%, so we're not at full craziness, but let's just hear what it does. Similarly, if we take the tone to the right hand side clockwise, we're going to be getting a far brighter signal, far more top end. So drums is kind of the perfect candidate for this to show you exactly what it's made of, but you'll have heard the reverb coming up on the horns in the previous demo. I want to go into that a little bit more because on horns, this thing absolutely sings. Let's hear it without first and just take a listen to what it's adding. So that's on the Mk2 version, and we've got no tone added, just on the JFET limiter and just adding some crunch. If we go to the actual crunch setting, the really crunch setting, then we're going to get loads of harmonic distortion, and it's going to really, really soup up that bottom end and add some grit to the sound. It just sends it crazy. Taking that tone down, so we're at kind of 9 o'clock, it adds a load of bottom end into there, and because I've got it on pre, it's going to be shoving a load of that bottom end up into the circuitry, which is going to distort it even more and send it crazy. This plugin is going to be perfectly at home on anything you want to send crazy, anything you want to distort, anything you want to add some real character to. If you're on the slow setting, then it's going to be a little bit gentler. It's not still going to be clean, but it's going to be a bit gentler in comparison to the medium and the fast settings. You can really crunch stuff up, you can really add some aggression on the crunch setting, or if you go to the level setting, it's still not going to be clean, but it's going to be slightly less crazy. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is for anyone who wants to add some real colour, some aggression, and in true Safari Pedal style, this plugin is wild. So go check it out now at safaripedals.com if you really want to add some flavour to your mixes. See you soon. Take care.